Suppose, for example, we have a ship in the Arctic and it goes missing. So there's a distress call that goes out and then a search begins. Ships in the area, of course, they'll converge. Really, time is of the essence. We want to know, we want to be able to figure out, okay, where could this ship be? If it's lost power, where could it have drifted to? If it has begun to sink, where are the currents, where are the tides taking it? In the situation that we're looking at is your steady state operations of just daily activities within the Arctic, but also your complex emergencies, your man-made disasters, your environmental disasters. So the goals of the project are for us to give D17 the ability to have access to their data and be able to provide access to the data. So the most important application, I think, is the ability for information sharing. Information sharing is incredibly important for all aspects of government, but particularly anything involving law enforcement or intelligence. We started the project a year ago. We have gone through the entire process of getting the application up onto HISN, getting all the permissions to make that happen, done all of the visualization research, the surveying and the cognitive interviewing to find out how people use WebGIS applications. So we do have a prototype right now. We've done the alpha release. What we do have in there right now is things like aids to navigation, shipwrecks, things that you want to avoid or know about or have information about. We have all the weather data. That's all in there. We can tell you, wave height and ocean temperature and the like. So it is up and running and available on HISN. So in some of the meetings that we've had when we've been demoing it, we've had some people who are impressed with the ability to be able to see something on the screen and click on it and know what that is. You see a shipwreck on the screen, or the symbol for a shipwreck on the screen. What is that shipwreck? How long has it been there? Does it cause problems? So it's those kinds of things that are both visually appealing, but also provide really good information that's useful to the person in the field. So right now the application is at a very good strategic level. You can do strategy, you can do planning with it, but I really want to get more real-time stuff in so that what the incident commander is seeing and what's going on out in the water, out in the field, where we're out in the coastline, wherever the disaster or the need is, that they're able to get a really good hands-on, second-by-second accounting of what it looks like. The thing that we're waiting on, the big proof of concept, is going to be integration of the AIS data. It's really the future enhancements that I think are most interesting. So where I'd like to see the application head is where we push more real-time data in there. So one of the sort of newer bits of technology that you can put into a WebGIS is the real-time information and the real-time use of GPS data. So not just AIS data, so where ships are, but where individuals are. Not everyone has one, but a lot of people have smart devices. The ability to track your personnel in an environment like the Arctic, I think is really useful, especially when you have people at times jumping out of helicopters into the ocean. That's not a place where you want to lose someone. But one thing that I think would be very interesting that we've discussed getting into the application is using some of the collection tools that Esri makes available for the ArcGIS online environment, which is what this application is based off of, which are applications that you can put on a smartphone or a tablet, and you can do data collection in the field, and it'll upload directly into the web application. This is going to be something that's useful in the case of like an oil spill. You have people going up and down the coastline, and they can put in information as to how bad things are. Has something hit the coastline there? Has it not? Are you seeing wildlife? Are you not seeing wildlife? All these different sort of data points are things that we can ingest, given tools that are already existing and they just need to be implemented into the system. And I think that's a very exciting way to take this in the future. Some of the other things that would be technically feasible and possible would be implementing some of ADAC's other projects into the WebGIS. I think that is a good use of the application. The other thing that could be very interesting, depending on Coast Guard needs and requirements, would be to take it out of the HISN environment and port it into CG1 view. So I think the most interesting things that we could do as feature enhancements to the application would be some of the capabilities that Esri makes available for its online applications. So things like Survey123 and Collector, they're both apps that work on smartphones and tablets, and you can do collection in the field. So whatever type of collection you're interested in, or that you would need to do, you would be able to do and then instantaneously upload into the application. I think that's a really attractive thing for the application, especially in remote areas of Alaska where you don't have lots of different data sources feeding information. Having actual Coast Guard folks who have tablets and smartphones and being able to put that information in gives us a more complete record than what we would have otherwise.